Okay, welcome to week 2. As you can see, our homepage has changed. On the homepage now we have this week's welcome video. We'll still keep the syllabus files here. Remind messages will continue to post to the homepage, and you can navigate to course materials. Let's check out the modules tab. So as I suggest in the week 2 guide here, the first thing you should do is navigate to the Logic Quiz 1 module. And by this, I just mean check it out. So let's go to the modules page. Now, the first thing I recommend is collapsing week 1. You can collapse week 1 so you don't have to scroll so much. Here's the week 2 module. We can collapse that. And if you do, here is the Logic Quiz 1 module. Mine have check marks because I took the quiz myself to make sure the questions worked, but when you look at it, it'll roughly look like this. This stuff is grayed out. You don't have access to it. You have to move through quiz modules in order by marking these pages done. Once you do that, you can take the Logic Quiz 1 when you're ready. Once that is completed, you can take a retake if you want. That's optional. So if you click on the quiz tips, there's a short video here. We'll mark this as done. And we'll go to the next page and check out our Logic Quiz 1 study resources. At the very least, know that this is here and that you can start studying for the Logic Quiz 1 at any point. So here's a practice quiz with solutions. Here are some extra review practice exercises with solutions. Okay, let's return to the modules page. Now that we've viewed that, this is available. If you hit mark done on that, you can move to the quiz. Let's take a look at week 2. So week 2 will have resources at the top. This time I don't have any check marks for viewing them, so they're just there if you need them. I noticed last week that in my discussion tips, where I recommended that you go to the Q&A discussion forum and this little button where you can collapse all the stuff, practice navigating through the Q&A forum, because it's not exactly super intuitive. I noticed that I didn't actually have all of the starter posts at the time, but I have since fixed that. So if you head over there, you can take a look at the Q&A discussion forum, practice making it, viewing it in different ways. And there is a hello post where you can post and say hello, and some of your classmates have already done this. Okay, what else is in week 2? So we are covering 3 different units as usual. So we'll continue with translations, and you'll have 2-part homework assignment for translations. One is auto-graded, one is short answer questions. You will get sample answers to these questions once you've submitted it. So be sure to check that screen with the solutions once you're done. This page is just here to remind you that you can head over to Logic Quiz 1 whenever you want. You can navigate through week 2 and complete. There's 3 different modules of material. You can complete them in any order. You can take the quiz whenever you're ready. Okay, there are 2 topics in the understanding arguments section. These are both shorter topics, whereas translations, that's a big topic that we covered for 2 weeks. These are both shorter topics. And then we're starting on the Unit 4 cognitive biases material, which we will be looking at for a number of weeks. So since this is something we're going to cover for quite a few weeks, when you go to this page, don't feel like you need to read everything at your highest level. Instead, and I've made some suggestions for what to do for each of weeks 1, 2, and 3 while we're covering this. And week 1, 2, and 3, maybe this isn't intuitive. Don't refer to weeks of the class. They refer to the 3 weeks we'll be covering the material. Maybe I should update that. So one of the first things you'll notice in this material here, there's a link, or back in the modules page, there was a link, is that it starts with a survey. So take this survey before you read any of the material. This is supposed to be an interactive introduction to the material in the biases unit. Then the homework is primarily definitions. So our real goal for week 2 is to just start getting familiar with the general topic, the concepts, and definitions. And then finally, check in. And don't forget that you can check in at any time. It makes sense to do it once you have more or less completed the week, but you don't have to move through modules in order. So be sure to check in before Friday and check in whenever you want. Let's look at grades. So you should see feedback. If you completed your week 1 check-in, you'll see feedback here. You can also see your feedback by clicking on the assignment, and it will be over here right where mine says sample feedback. FYI, if you comment on any of your assignments, I don't get notifications that comments have been added, so I'm probably not going to see them. If you have something you'd like to ask about an assignment, be sure to message me by Remind or in some other way. Okay, that completes my week 2 Canvas overview. Good luck, and definitely don't hesitate to reach out with a Remind message or a Canvas message if you have questions.